Hello, Lounge Legions, and welcome to another episode of Legions Lounge. I think I'm going to go with Lounge Legions.
We're not doing lounge and airs. I like lounge and airs.
Lounge and airs? I don't know. I don't know. Sounds a little retro.
Okay.
Lounge Legions. I think we're going with Lounge
Legions.
For now. That'll change, I'm sure. Glasses up, guys. I don't even have a glass up here. Welcome. Cheers.
Cheers.
We're your hosts. My name is Trevor, 16 Shooter on the socials. This side, because everything's in mirror, is Bill Drewnowski at Dork Lair on the socials, and below us, Nate Strong at Corona4 on the socials.
Everybody. Yep. Thanks for joining. We got a lot of same people that we see, and thanks for joining us. We got some new people like Dwayne Shoots Toys.
Yeah, Dwayne Shoots Toys. What's going on, man?
Hey there. But yeah, like I said, Walter Mass Customs, Eric Miller's with us, Curtis.
Dwayne needs to shoot some Mythic Legions, though. We got to get him some Mythic Legions to do that.
Today's,
Sorry,
go ahead. Getting that going. Yeah, we got Dave Orkin. I said Curtis, Michael Xavier, Billy Beige, Will White, Mr. Ortega, and Fabian's Finest Freaks. And I see Walter the Mad.
We got Cullen
David
here.
Williams, Jacob, Motu Guru. Yeah, we got a lot. Good start. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Scott Baker.
Good to see everybody. Thanks for joining us. We got a good guest tonight. We got some good stuff to talk about here. Going to get a little bit of news out of the way. Two quick personal things. First of all, if you're on here, if you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, subscribe if you like the show. Hit that bell. It'll let you know when we're live, because we're all over the place. Sometimes it's every other week. Sometimes it's every week. Who the hell knows? But if you hit the bell,
our third in a row,
you'll get a notification as to, hey, these idiots have decided to do a show tonight. So you'll get that. And with 1,000 subscribers, I'm giving away a Lume Cube light kit, which I don't have next to me, to Vanna White, but it's really cool. $250 item. So if you're a toy photographer, even if you're not, just a YouTuber, or just want to, stick it on your head when you're under the car or something like that. I don't know what, but it's great. So subscribe, do that. I do have a contest going on Instagram, giving away 2 Mythic Legions figures. It's for younger collectors. So if you know a younger collector, it could be your niece, nephew, your friend's kid, your neighbor kid, somebody who's into toys, starting to collect, anybody under 18, go on there, find the post on my page, and just give me a little description about, you don't have to use names, just tell me about your nominee, and I'm going to pick somebody on the 17th to win those too. So get them started and pull them into Mythic Legions.
Right on. Yeah, there's a lot of different people that are doing that in the community, right? Like Mr. Stevie and some other people. I think it's an awesome program.
It's together. A Mr. Stevie joint for sure. He put this group together, and we all decided as a group to do this. So yeah, it's really cool. It's a really good idea. A little tricky because you're trying to give it away to kids, and kids aren't on Instagram, and like you can't really whatever. But go on there, nominate somebody. I'll send it to you. You give it to the kids. Send me a picture of them opening them up or whatever.
Cool.
Be great.
Very cool.
So that's that. What's going on with you guys? Anything to talk about news-wise, personal? Bill got a Dork Lair coming up?
Yeah, so we're gonna do a Christmas episode, recording it this weekend, probably Saturday morning, and that'll go up Sunday. Awesome. We're gonna try to do like an all Christmas everything. So we might skip some news. But yeah, we're gonna have some fun with Christmas on this episode.
Nice. Any top 10s or anything like that? Or
the following episode will be like a New Year's look back. Yeah.
I think we're going to do something similar here. I haven't talked to you guys about it, but I want to put out maybe a poll on the Cabal or something like that for your top 5 favorite. Because there was a lot. I looked back and we had three waves. Well, and Krampus. So there was a lot of figures, you think it's like Arethyr and All-Star 4, but All-Star 3, I believe, shipped earlier this year.
Yeah, both of them and the Horsemen too. The Equidrons.
Yes, Equidron was another one. Yep. So yeah, so there's a lot out there. So it's It's going to be
It was a
interesting.
big year for Legions.
I think I can guess what number 1 is going to be, but we'll see. Who knows? Balius is in there, so but we'll put that up on the Cabal maybe in a week or so. All right, some quick news. So let me just share this. I guess I have to do the entire screen. Why do I have to do the entire screen? That is what I want. But I got to go up here. All right. So we've been getting glimpses of this advent calendar style thing with the extra heads that are coming with Poxus Wave. And sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of this side window here, but yeah, there we go. Okay. Anyway, so far we've had Thrace show up. God, I'm forgetting the names already. Zendi,
or Uncle Phil,
and Azak. Show up, and these are awesome. I didn't even see these. I didn't even shoot these until like the day of G-Con, so this is the first time I was seeing those. But Azrak and Thrace, I ended up getting to shoot. So this is just a great. That's a great sculpt.
To get a mouth open sculpt like that adds so much.
Cool.
So much to the collection and photos.
So
awesome.
Cool. Yeah.
Beard,
and I mean, look at that. Look at everything you get with this. So this is, it's just like, it's incredible how much you're getting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Plus, as we keep saying, the amazing soft good too. So.
Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of this. Hide the sidebar. There we go. Okay. Just want to embiggen
So there's
that.
2 left, right? There's two reveals.
Two left. Yep.
Yeah.
We got Thrace. Everybody's seen her. This is great. I love this sculpt.
Stunning. Really. Yeah.
So you get 2 great portraits with her. Similar facial expression, but this one's made for the hood, so all the hair is forward on the head, which is nice. Don't know what that is. Okay. There we go. There's Zendi. It's in sort of spell casting mode, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've been seeing people, talking about how cool, not just with the paint on there, it almost, I think it's going to fit real well in with some cosmic bashes.
Yep, I saw people talking about that on the Cabal today. I think that's going to be really, really cool, actually.
Yep.
All right. The other news, just to run through these quickly, Krampus seems to be hitting some people, at least on the East Coast. I know Stefan got his. He took this really cool picture with these awesome weapons.
Yeah, they may have picked them up at the PAX show, because I think they have them there, right?
Oh, actually, you're right. Stefan did pick it up at PAX. That's true.
But talk about being on it with these weapons he's created. I mean, like...
Yeah. But I do know people are getting them. They are starting to go out.
Are they? Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't gotten mine, and I'm close, but Chris assures me that they're on their way. I think they were just waiting for pins or something to come in so that they could get the all-ins out and stuff like that. So, but they're coming.
Cool. Can't wait.
Should we get them before Christmas for sure?
What's up? Lord Bashadi has graced us with his presence.
Oh, thank you, Lord Bashadi. You honor us. Eric Miller, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about the Four Horsemen raffle as well, but Eric Miller's got this great raffle for this figure. This figure is gorgeous. And this is going on. I think it ends tomorrow, and I think they just hit. And I know they were looking for 225. And with 225, they were going to give away another figure. I think. I don't know if it was a custom or I can't remember if it was custom or if it was just another stock figure. But I think they've hit that. I know some people jumped into 10 and 20 picks, so it's probably going to go to 250. But
it's awesome.
Get in there. I think tomorrow's the last day, or they may be picking it tomorrow. So go check that out after the show and make sure if you want to get in on it. $5, I think, an entry.
Yep.
You know, and it's for a great cause. So, you know, just throw $5 in. Hey, I won a full dio in a raffle one time, and I picked one. I think there was 40 or 50 entries. I paid one, and I won this freaking dio. So it was great.
So
It can
if
happen.
you can do 5, if you can do 10, whatever.
So update
doesn't matter.
you
can
from
win.
Eric. It's Archimedes. They added Archimedes at 225.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, great. Even better. That's cool. Big figure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is obviously we know Eric's work's incredible, right down to this guy's toes. It's amazing. So
yeah, check the cuticles out, the and the nails, the tip of the nails and everything. It's really nice work.
The paint is just so sharp on that armor.
Yeah,
isn't that just
it's tough to do.
Yep.
And the other thing is FHM Four Horsemen have added a guide for custom part developers. We're going to talk to our guest about that too when he gets on, which is good. I think that was a really helpful thing, and I think everybody in the community, they were saying that people at Legions Con were kind of asking about it, like, you know, we don't want to cross the line, which I think is amazing. Like, I mean, again, just a testament to the community and to this company that, like, they can approach them and say, hey, you know, we want to work together and not try to undermine you or go around you and, you know, and not do things that you're working on, and how do we know this? You know what I mean? We don't want to step on toes because there's a lot of stuff going on now, cosmic wise and Legions wise. And
loads of mutual respect and admiration on both sides. So it's great. Yeah, I mean, it was not only a guide, but it was an encouragement too, which is something you're only going to see from the Horsemen, I think. You know,
exactly. Fortress Minimus. I would say just DM Michael or Eric and see if they can just, you know, you can PayPal the spot. I don't think you need to be on Facebook necessarily to say you want them. Just DM one of those guys, and they will let you know. So that's pretty much it for the news. I'd say go check out that guide if you are a developer, because it's very fair and good points, and you know,
it's thorough,
great.
It's fair.
It's great. All right, let's move on with that and get to our the big guest. This guy's a pillar of the community, like really great guy in the Cabal. He's a talented dude. He loves orcs, right? Is it orcs? I think he's really big. Skeletons. Forget.
Skeletons, orcs, anything but dwarves.
One of those. I can't remember which. But great guy. He's been putting together a lot of the raffles and organizing some things, and he's going to be organizing the raffle that we're going to show for Justin Johnson's tribute figure pretty soon. So we're going to talk to him about all sorts of stuff: customs, making parts, forging parts. It's the Toy Forge. It's Anthony Houseal.
Hey, there he is.
What's going on, man?
Welcome, Anthony.
Yeah. Hi, guys.
I was just going to say a testament to the kind of guy he is. He stayed up to join us. Like,
I should have put something like that in the intro. I was kind of winging it, but yeah, that's true. Like everybody's telling me, like Will's telling me it's dwarves. It's dwarves.
We know it's dwarves.
Yeah, I was screaming on my own end here.
How you been, man?
So glad you could be here, Anthony.
Yeah, thanks for having me on board.
Yeah, definitely. Look at it, and he's in his element right there. I mean, you got the toys up behind you, you got the customs, you got the logo, you got the shirt on with the logo, you got your 3D printers there. It's all going, man.
Merchandising.
I'm in marketing, you know. Nate and I are in marketing. We understand that completely.
We appreciate the effort.
Curtis said it's the dreamy axe thrower, Anthony Houseal. Yeah, you just had a big birthday.
Hello, Curtis. How are you, buddy? I did.
40?
Oh,
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
You're still young.
Thank you.
And you look good. And that looked like fun, man. It was something I would have liked to have made. I told them what day I couldn't make it, and then they said it was going to be that day. So I don't know how to take that, really.
At least you got the invite, Trevor.
So
mine must have got lost in the mail.
Well, it's not like exactly. What are you going to drive another 18 hours to go to? You know,
Dude,
Oh,
my
you can
Lear,
take the
I
private
got-
jet.
plane
That's
and-
true.
Yeah, I
You
would have
got
been
the
there in
private jet.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's true. I forgot of the helicopter even.
You
if the
rode in
helicopter's
the
still
van
use
with the
at this
guys
time of
because
year.
you just wanted to keep humble. That's all that was.
That's right.
exactly. I just want to
He
see how the
wants to
little people
live.
live.
Man of the
Like the common people. That's right.
Right.
Exactly.
yes. So
So
my amazing wife, she put together a surprise for me. I thought I was going to medieval times with my buddy, and next thing I know, like 10 guys of the local, Mythic Legions community just suddenly just appears out of nowhere and surprises me to where, I mean, it was cold out and I was kind of shivering from the cold, but there was another part of me that was just shaking in excitement. I mean, I had, Jeremy Gerard and Stefan show up, and I had Cookie and Patrick and Leland and Mike O'Keefe, and sitting here at the picture, so I don't forget anyone. Joe
I know.
Vassapolo.
I'm like,
Piper.
you don't do this. You're going down the road. Yeah.
It's wild that you
Those
showed
are
up on the
right.
night that all those guys were working. That's amazing.
I know, right?
Well, Joe in full character with the helmet and everything.
Vassapolo would make a badass
Yeah, no,
jouster.
it was
Again,
What's
Walter
that?
said I felt left out. Walter, you're on the West Coast, man. I mean, come on. I know you probably would fly in for that, but
Troll and
Sorry.
all.
Trying to give
ruined the surprise because I probably would have had to pick him up at the airport.
That's true. That's true. Hey, can you just pick up Walter? He's just coming in. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, just
Got nothing to do with it.
don't worry about it. Pick him up.
All right, so let's should we jump into? Let's take a look at. Yeah, you know what? Actually, I want to take a look at your work first. So, tell us a little bit about how you got into. So, how did this start out for you? Did you start out customizing before Mythic Legions? Because of Mythic Legions, did you
Yeah,
used to paint
like-
miniatures?
I mean, as a kid, I would go into like mask, like 2-inch figures and gears, and I was slapping tape on them and putting magic marker on them and trying to, make weapons and all sorts of crazy stuff, and it just evolved and escalated to a higher level with Vitruvian hacks on the 1/18th scale.
Oh,
And
okay.
then from
I love
there,
those.
Lord Scotty convinced me to get into Mythic Legions, and the next thing you know, it just start going down that path, and I haven't looked back.
Awesome.
Nice.
So you kind of moved out
Yeah,
away from
there's
the
my
118.
Dwarven Throne Room.
There it is. Look
Yeah,
at this
I
thing.
pretty much am done completely 1/18th. Yeah, so this one's fun. They are just your standard stock dwarfs. They're nothing changed. They just come as is. I think the only difference I have is Jurin sitting back there with the staff from, I think that's from a Motu Classic. What's it? Eldor, I think his name is.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, everything just is as is, and
But
I won't
you made
change it,
this.
keep adding to
Yeah,
it.
everything in here was
Yeah,
made by you, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the
that's-
dial, the
yeah.
table, the mugs.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was one of my early pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Just to try to see if I could do foam. And I was happy with it, and just kind of
Yep.
continued to evolve and expand from there. And yeah, it's a fun looking picture. I like that.
That's
So
a
now, why
blast.
are none
A
of
little partial,
your
though.
custom dwarves in here? You just like trying to keep it pure, or what? Or just happen to
so
be?
I have those series of shelves are just the standard figures. Any of my customs, I keep
Okay.
I keep separate. So
Oh, interesting. So
I
that's
try
how
to
you
collect
organize them.
and customize, which is a terrible financial decision, but we make do with what we got to do.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Like when I first, because I wasn't customizing when I first got into this, and I mean, it just makes it so easy. You almost have to try it, like just pop and swap. You know what I mean? Not to the level that Bill does them, but like just trying some stuff. And then it's like, I can paint. Like, let me give this a shot. And then you're buying figures simply to tear apart and put half of the pieces into a drawer and use half for something else. Hopefully half. I've got a whole drawer of stuff that I don't even know what's in there anymore. And it's it's a whole other expensive part of this hobby that I really didn't expect to get into, but it is fun as hell.
The nice thing about that is too, like, there's a lot of other people doing that same thing. So those extra parts that you're stashing away, you can trade in the Cabal and you know, like find somebody who needs them and hopefully find something you need too. So
yeah. Or they come in handy
I
for
keep
stuff like
offering- I
Eric
keep
Miller's
offering up
Great
ring
Christmas
adapters.
Exchange.
yeah.
What's
Yeah,
that, Anthony?
I keep offering up ring adapters for parts, but no one wants to take me up on it.
Except Walter.
I mean, the best thing I ever saw was that somebody created a figure, like an entire figure.
That was
out of it.
amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was
It's
pretty
like a
cool.
golem of
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's
had to
true.
weigh like 10 pounds.
It's
So those
brilliant.
seeing those mugs on the table there, Anthony, I think those were one of the first like third party things I ever bought from anybody. Was I got some of those mugs from you.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. And it's funny because my youngest daughter is 12, and she goes, "Dad, I'm looking on I don't know if it was Instagram or TikTok or whatever it was. She was scrolling through and you must have posted a picture of it." And she was like, "Dad, isn't that one of your mugs?" And I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, like you're like social media famous now." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, okay."
And you
That's
said, "That's
awesome.
my
Okay
girl."
with that, but yeah,
Go tell your friends. Here's a T-shirt.
but it was one of the first pieces I saw that actually show up, online, and it was cool. I mean, you're not in it to try to, get out there, get your name out there, anything like that. But when you start seeing other people using your stuff for whatever it is,
It is
it
fun.
does the heart good. It makes
Yeah,
you
it's
know
gotta be
that
very
you're kinda
gratifying.
heading in the right direction, even if it's something simple as a
Yep. It is fun. It is fun.
Yeah.
I can imagine. I mean, and not having done it, I really want to. Yeah, it's just another thing that I'd like to dive into, but time. You got
My
to
dwarves
pick
haven't
your
been sober
pick your battles.
since. So.
your what? Yeah, exactly.
My dwarves haven't been sober since I got those mugs, so it's been a good time.
So you're a dio maker, you're a customizer, you're a 3D artist. So tell us about
One-man band.
Yeah, this is great. I love this. What is
I recognize that figure.
Afra? Or is it just Afra's?
So
That's Chandra's body.
So no, that's So I
Is this
took-
1/18th?
Yeah, Magic the Gathering. Yeah, a Magic the Gathering figure, and put that. It's a Becky Lynch head from a WWE
Nice.
line.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Actually, that is in the collection of Travis Bowles now.
Oh, wow.
It ended up turning into a caddy. I think there was a little bit more that ended up on that, and it turned out to be a Caddy Bree custom to put
Cool.
with his custom grids and all his other stuff.
Well, Travis and his redheads.
You really?
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. I didn't think
And
about that, but yes, there you go.
And what was the name of this one?
Caddy
What was
Bree.
it?
She's
Caddy
from the
From the
Dritz, the
Dritz?
Dungeons and Dragons
Okay.
series.
Right. Something you can pronounce, which is good too. So now this is the same head, but this is not the same figure.
And early on, early on, I hadn't figured out what to do with that head, and then I thought maybe she might be fun as a Ragna Stormforger figure, and then it kind of just changed and evolved, and it feels like some of my customs end up 3 or 4 times changed out before I finally go, okay, I'm putting it on a shelf, I'm not touching it anymore. It's the final
remember
version. That body actually ended up on my Kitsune figure. I have a female Kitsune figure that utilizes
So
the majority of that.
That's
So
a
this
good
figure
body
is
for
no
that.
more.
That figure is no more. Yeah.
I got you.
Is
Yeah,
that
that's
some
crazy.
of the leather works from Kai Lab?
That's yours.
No, that's just me just playing around with
Oh my God, is it?
So
Gotta put on my cheaters.
I work in property management. Yeah, so I work in property management, and I've had a couple weird vacant spaces over the years, and one of the spaces that was the most interesting was a vacant furniture store, and there was literally hundreds and thousands of fabric samples just hanging, and I took every leather piece and piece that simulated leather and just took them home and was like, I'm chopping this stuff up, and this is going to be a
Awesome.
belt, and this is going to be a scarf, and this is going to be whatever. And now I'm done doing all that because we've got Sean Strupp and Brenda Strupp and Kai Labs and Max Bird, and I'll just buy their stuff. It's a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
than
Are you
try to-
so?
But I don't
So
know, that
you're really
looks
giving
amazing.
it up? Have you really given it up then?
I mean, semi-retired.
Okay.
That looks so good, Anthony. Though.
I think you just got to add another, quiver there, man, and like learn how to sew, and you'll be doing that too, because this looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
No,
that's just a lot of crazy glue and communication wire running through there, so I can hold it in place. It's nice and thin and small enough to make it work.
Gotcha. And as always, a dwarf. Another dwarf. Now, is this yours, or is this the Strupp?
So that's mine. That's actually when I made the forge. When I made the forge, I bought a Torgan at ToyCon, New Jersey, when they were the early release figures. I think Torgan was there, and then when it went to Designer Con like a week or two later, I think it was Thump was the other one. I bought, I don't know, 2 or 3 of them there, and came home, and as you can see, I ripped apart a lot of the face, and then sculpted. I ripped the mohawk off. I sculpted the braided hair piece across the back. I added the big bushy eyebrows. I dirtied him up. I did all that stuff. And yeah, now he's the blacksmith over in the forge now.
Amazing.
So, but you made the
apron and the soft goods and all that stuff, the pants, the whole.
Yeah, so
he actually has a pair of pants. There. No, that was just the stitching that I cut to keep it clean. I got lazy.
The stitching that you cut to keep it clean
on the bottom,
it looks like it fits
stitching
perfectly
of the fabric sample. I cut it just nice and clean and just put around it like it was like a stitching. Yeah, I didn't sew any of that. That was already on the fabric sample.
Man,
nice job.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Cool. That now sits somewhere because I replaced it with one of the Strupp's aprons because they were much nicer quality.
Well,
I mean, even the forge, like you said, the forge you made is incredible. Seeing that at Legion's Con was just blew me away.
I know. I picked up one of those. It's one of the things that I primed, and I'm intimidated to paint it. I've seen some really good paint jobs on it, and I'm like, I know I can do this, but like it's another thing that I'm just.
I don't know, Nick. You meant the actual styrofoam forge, right?
The dial.
Yeah. The dial.
Yeah. The diorama is cool. It's all foam that I just incorporated LED lighting through to try to get it to pop up and add more spark effects. And the bellows on the side work. You can pull on them, and the bellows moves up and down on it. And
do you have a video or a pic of that
over the past couple of years? I do, but I think my Wi-Fi is lagging a little, and I might not be able to.
Okay.
Might not be able to post that. I have to check and see. It might be. Yeah, it'd have to be it might have to be somewhere in. I know I posted the video as myself in the Cabal, but that goes back.
Okay.
That goes back to Legion's Con 1, so it goes back.
Yeah, if you could find it, Nate.
And there's the second of the Cannon Valley Dwarves that we did. That's Belgwid. That was fun. That was painted by Tim Peake. We did
Great
Travis
painter,
Cannon and I did a series of the dwarf heads, and this was early on in Tim's painting path. The stuff he puts out now is stellar. I just love scrolling through and seeing the new stuff he puts out. But yeah, Travis and I we had a blast doing that. I think we did like 9 dwarf heads total.
Yeah. I'm in the process of painting one of those actually.
You just can't go wrong with it. Oh, okay.
So now you are sculpting, but you're sticking mainly to weapons and armaments and armor and things like that, and you're outsourcing the face sculpting.
Yeah,
and stuff
my stuff is more. Yeah. I can't sculpt the face to save my life. Like I can't grasp the concept of it. It's just there's just too much going on with it that I don't have time to go to school to learn. And I feel like I would have to like dedicate like a scholastic endeavor to be able to learn to do some of the stuff that Saba and Walter DeMarco and all the other guys do that I'm good in my own little neck of the woods. Yeah.
That's why you're a good businessman. You know what your limitations
Specialize
are,
in
and you outsource the rest of it. Yeah, I love the color scheme on this guy. It's great, fantastic. This I love. I love this. I love this figure. Now, do you still have this figure?
I do. That is a Walter DeMarco head with a Joe Alcorn designed sword and Viking sax knife. That was just axe. That axe is just a file that I had found online to play with for my own. Just at the time, still trying to figure out my paces, figure out scaling and sizing, and early on, you just try to figure out what you can do to make work, and take stuff and shrink and enlarge, and there were a couple things. There are some things that end up at 1/18 scale, and some things that accidentally ended up ogre scale. You're just trying to figure it out.
So,
but yeah, let's talk this one up here. I'm staring at it.
There's just so many layers to this figure. It's awesome.
So, go ahead, Bill.
Oh, did you wrap the spear, or is that just paint, or what is that on the spear?
That's wrap. That's just a thin strand of string that I just wrapped the top of it and worked my way down.
That's brilliant.
Cool.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
I would never think
I
of
had
that.
to keep it.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just it's nice.
Yeah,
I would
had to
paint
keep
it
it thin though to be able to establish the hand grip.
Right.
If you go too thick, then you wouldn't have been able to hold it anymore.
Yeah,
and
look out of
it's a
scale
2.0 figure. So yeah, with it being a 2.0 figure, we know that he doesn't exactly have the greatest center of gravity or strength in legs. So he's really putting a lot of weight on that spear, holding himself up in place.
There's a question here from Cullen. What non-dwarf related stuff have you done?
I've done goblins. I have goblins.
Okay.
I got goblins. I've got the Misfits of Chaos, the pirate stuff that Wolf King Customs did with collaboration with Patrick Boyle. I've done all of them so far. I've done some Fallen stuff. I'm looking at hold on one second. Let me see. Where is there we go. There we go. There he is.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
That's one of
the mullet goblin. You can't,
Lord Stevens and
Emil's. Emil,
yeah. So
nice.
Don't let it be known I'm specific to dwarves. I just tend to favor them. The goblins they are a favorite of mine. I will say I need to have for every. They're the yin, to the yang of the dwarves, I guess.
Speaking of, where did the love of the dwarves come from? Where did that all stem begin?
My first two purchases for Mythic were Attilas and both Shadowhorn, and I ended up playing more with Bothar than I did with Attilas. And I don't know. It just kind of went from there, and then I ended up getting a Halmir, and was like, oh my god, this is great. One of my good buddies at the time bought his first couple at Zillow when we grabbed them, and he had gotten a Thord, and I went, oh my god, if I can ever get a Thord, like that's like the perfect figure. I finally got one. There we go. Thord Ironjaw, All Stars 5.
Yeah.
Vote early, vote often, vote whatever we got to do to get here.
Yeah, you really need to launch a campaign, man, because something happens with these dwarves. I don't understand.
It doesn't go back to like playing D&D or always a dwarf or Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit or
Yeah, I didn't play D&D growing up. I played Hero Quest. And there was dwarven character. There was a dwarven character in there to play as well. And then you watch The Hobbit, or I'm sorry, you watch the Lord of the Ring movies, and then I don't know, something just caught my fancy. When I played Golden Axe, I always liked to be the dwarf. I just there was
There you
just
go.
something about them just being fierce and throwing axes and just having a good old time.
They are a cool
Cool.
race, man. They're a lot of. I mean, just
They
even
drink hard.
no
They
matter
drink hard,
what.
they party hard.
Right. No, and they work hard. They're hard
Yeah.
workers, and they're, I'm
They're
always in
loyal.
the dark, so I like that part of the living in caves and stuff. My wife says I could totally do that. I mean, there's just something about them. They're just, I mean, Gimli did it for me. It was like, Gimli was the best character,
Yeah.
in the Lord of the Rings. And I do love them. I do love the dwarves, and I do want more. And the more I get, the more I want. And I just recently, Anthony has a group on Facebook specifically for dwarves. Is that a private thing? Am I giving out?
So no. I
secrets?
actually I was gonna make sure to plug that.
Okay.
Kings Under the Mountain. It's a long name.
Yes.
So I actually had to look. Kings Under the Mountain. It's a fan page of the dwarves and Mythic Legions.
Oh,
Yeah,
Kind of a
this is
funny
great.
story that will eventually lead, I guess, to our main topic of conversation tonight. Justin Johnson,
Yes.
who I spoke to on an almost daily basis, was known for doing his video chats. And he would do
Yes.
them and he would gather people together and he'd do them that way. And one day I was talking, saying, you know what, man, we should do a dwarf group. And we should just do us, and we could do our video chats there, and we can just make it appealing for everyone just to jump on and just talk about whatever, and from there it kind of evolved. And Eddie Salvatore and Will Cruz Neves is part of the group as well. And now we've got our own proud, happy band of dwarves just kind of doing our thing. And we're just going to keep on doing our thing and carry the tradition. I try to do the video chats that Justin used to do. I try to do them every other week or so. Try to, chime in and
Nice.
see how people are doing and got to keep
awesome.
up with that stuff. So
That's great.
So
fun.
is that how
What
you
you
and
do,
Justin
that's great.
connected in the first place, Anthony? Was through the love of
So,
dwarves?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we started chatting. I think early on I had done some stuff and we were talking, and next thing you know, I started having some heads and he started getting some more of them, and we would talk more, and we would talk a lot more. And he would work nights and he would drive an hour and a half, one way to work, and then an hour and a half on the way back, and he'd work all night. But I'd be chatting to him and I'd go to bed and I'd wake up and there was 3 or 4 more things to chat in with him and get caught up, and he was still up and awake. And then you start shooting a message during the day and you get to you're like, "Dude, do you ever sleep?" Like I just, always would come back with an answer, and I would throw all my ideas up against him and say, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this, or I'm thinking about doing that. What do you think? Should I adjust it?" And then he'd write a story, and it was like, I don't know, 30 pages long of a bio of a character. And I'm like, dude, I just need a name. But
Yeah.
it was great. It was just so much fun and all that. And I will say I work on something, I get it together, and my first instinct still, I mean, it's only been, almost a month, but my first instinct is to go message him and say, "Hey, I'm working on this," and it's not there, and I can't do that anymore. So
Wow,
I
that's
do
so
truly
sad.
miss him. There's a lot of us that, Eddie, I speak with Eddie a lot, and we miss him. And I did, Mackenzie, her and the kids, they're doing the best they can right now. And we're just trying to raise some money for them right now. We did the first fundraiser, the Sir Gerard figure that raised a lot of money, which will be good for them. We're doing the current one that Eric Miller is doing. That's generated a lot of money for the family. We have to remember that Justin was the breadwinner. Justin was the one that that went to work at night and brought the money home, because Mackenzie is home with the kids and she's doing her thing. And not that there's anything less in the world, but Justin was the one that was working. So we are going to step in and help out their family, because they would do the same for us.
Yeah, it's great. It's great what you're doing. It's just a testament to everybody in that group and the community. And, as we're going to see, if you haven't already seen it on the Cabal, is the Four Horsemen as well. And let me let me bring this on.
Yeah.
If I can find it. Oh, there it is. Let's take a look at this. So for those of you that don't know, what happened here was, so, we lost Justonn, and, the community started coming together. There were, raffles and auctions and things and sales. I know Saba did some things. I know Nikki Nicole painted some stuff. I think some other people painted some things, and the sales of those went to help out Justin's family. And then, it's out of the blue. I don't know if you had any discussion with them prior to this, but the Four Horsemen, as they will, just step in and want to do something to help out, and it's incredible. They put together this custom figure that's going to be canon. It's going to be a figure that you're going to be able to get eventually, but this is the first iteration of that, and this is Justonn of House Valgard, because Justin was a huge fan of what's his name?
Is it Sir
Sir
Valgard?
Valgard.
Sir Valgard. So so Justin would tell me, he would jump on eBay and he'd buy, like, the Sir Valgards. They were very limited,
which
in
are not cheap,
Kickstarter and everything, and and he'd buy them just because he needed them for parts. Because if you look at a lot of his customs, they all incorporated Valgard parts, so it made the most sense, to put him in the house of Valgard.
Absolutely.
So I checked with Jeremy to see what I could say and what I shouldn't say. I wanted to make sure I wasn't, crossing any lines about the figure. So
Sure.
Eddie, Salvatore, Justin, and myself actually had an opportunity to collaborate and come up with the bio and the name of the character.
Oh, that's great.
Battle. So one of the nicknames that Eddie and the guys had for Justin was Warhammer.
Right.
And so obviously we can't use Warhammer as a name specifically because of licensing and stuff like that. So actually, if you look in the bio, his name is Warhammer, but it's slightly altered and some accent pieces that are put in there. But that that cape that you're using, or that you've got right there, was actually unused parts for the Poxus wave, which is really cool. So the cape and the cloak and all that. So that was stuff that was a part of Poxus that ended up not being used, but will go amazing with this figure.
And this is custom made. The other thing about this is it's custom made by C. Jessam. This is not a C. Jessam design that Christian did and that they sent to China and had them make it. This is handmade by Christian. This is hand painted by, I'm assuming, Cameron or Sherry, probably Cameron. I think Sherry usually does some of the body work and stuff, or the pieces. There's, pieces from the Lithia wave in here with this body. And, he's got a book from the Poxus wave, one of these magic spell books on a chain. And this bag.
And those are 3D printed parts. Those aren't factory injected parts either.
Yeah. These are all hand painted by,
so, I mean, this is prototype. Yeah. I mean, you can't find a more, I don't know how to put it into words, one of a kind piece than what you've got there right now.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
I mean, I don't even know how you could possibly
with amazing weapons as well.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I don't know how you could put a price tag on this. I mean,
so we're gonna put a price on it by doing a fundraiser. We're gonna, the community is gonna set the price on this. We're gonna do what we can to take care of one of our own here. So we're gonna, as you see too with the base, it's signed by all, the Four Horsemen studios up there.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. Everybody sign this. There's Cohen Boy, there's Bill, Yeah, I mean everybody's on here, and this does have the holder in the top of it. I'm not sure this was ever made for the dwarves, but it does come in there.
No,
you can get
no,
down a little low. It
yeah,
might fit around his upper
doesn't
body,
quite
but
make it for him.
yeah, you don't really even need it though. He stands so well by himself on here, and it's just like a great display. Like to have that,
Dwarves
just like
typically
that
have a
is
great
so freaking cool. What's that?
I said
What was
dwarves
that,
have a
Anthony?
great lower center of gravity.
Yeah, exactly.
The dwarves.
I always
they have a great
find
lower
I
center of
gotta say,
gravity.
like I always find the dwarf, maybe it's because they're shorter and they're just like the shorter legs and stuff, but I always find they're tighter. They're always like tight for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's like they always feel more stable, like you're saying.
Yeah,
I guess the center of
definitely.
gravity, but like the joints always feel better on the doors for some reason.
Yep. And then he's got his staff, which I think is a new piece as well. I don't think anybody has this.
No, I've never seen
Am I
that.
wrong about that? I don't even think this is an Alithia thing. I mean, this may be something we're going to see. Well, obviously you'll
Apoxis?
see it when this figure is released, but I don't think anybody has this. This was an Apoxis thing, so unique piece there. His hammer painted all gold. This is the Warhammer or Vorhammer. Yeah, and his little bag, which is a nice little cloth bag.
That staff might be Tharnog's staff with without the
With a
stuff
different
on it.
top
Yeah.
on the top of it. Yeah,
Could
you're right.
be.
It very, very much could be. You're right.
Good eye, Bill.
Yeah, you know what? You are right. You are right, because it did have this wrap around it. It just had all the stuff at the top of it, so that would took up, at least 2/3 of it, or 1/3 of it, so like you couldn't really see it. But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic looking.
Will White says dwarves are like bricks, solid.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the cape obviously comes off. This is all painted up here. It's got this new Alithia armor.
Yeah, it's
the
such
belt
an
with
amazing
some like,
figure.
little pouches and stuff on the side here and on the back. And again, this spell book on the chain. It's just it's a beautiful figure, man. It's like I'm gonna be sad to have to send this back.
Now the belt with the pouches, is that from the Poxus wave? Is that from the
I think this is
or?
Poxus. I think it's got to be Poxus.
It's got to be Poxus. Yeah.
This double strap here, I believe, is the Poxus from the Poxus wave. Yeah. It's really just
love his eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean this face is killer. So this is a new reworked sculpt. So this is nothing that you've seen. This is not entire, it's there's some reuse here, but it's all new sculpt on top of something else. I think, I don't know, maybe this is completely new, but I mean, just beautiful. The eyes are painted so nicely.
Yeah, there's a lot of power in that face.
Yeah. Looks great.
A lot of
Those
resiliency
eyes,
and determination.
They just stare into your
Yeah, that's when I was taking the pictures. It just really hit me like that. It's just really, it's right. It's a soulful character. It really is soulful.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
and
appropriately
those photos
so,
were awesome, Trevor.
Oh, thank you. So tell us a little bit about this. Do we know when this is going to start to go up for auction? Or
so what we're going to do is we're going to we're going to let the Eric Miller amazing custom raffle or amazing custom piece raffle finish up.
Okay.
Which
I think it finishes tomorrow, right?
I think I think I think the drawing is the 16th, maybe.
Okay.
I think I have to double check. I think Eric is in the.
I think he was ending
chat.
the.
He could probably confirm. I believe the last of the donations are on the 15th, and then I think the drawing is the 16th. So we're going to start the donations for this same way we've been doing it, right to Mackenzie's PayPal account. It goes right to her. And we're going to begin that on December 17th, which I believe is a Friday.
This coming
And we're
Friday,
going to do that. We're going to do that all the way up until the 29th of December. We want to give everyone an opportunity to get a paycheck or get 2 paychecks. I know pay periods are sometimes weird. We're at the holiday season, hard. People are trying, others are trying to do. So we're trying to, create enough space in between here. And the $5 spots, just like they've been everything else, we'll continue that for all the other raffles that will take place afterwards. We can get into that later, but here we go. Finishes tomorrow. The wheel is on Wednesday. So, okay, there we go. So on the 17th, which is, I don't know what day of the week is it. Today's the 13th. Here's the same as deluxe.
This is correct. Yeah, it is. It's just a reworked. It's the upper half of the sculpt that's new. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, we're going to begin on the 17th, taking donations, and then we will go to the 29th, and then on the 30th, we will do a drawing. Thank you to Colin, who will be running the wheel again for that. I thank you.
He's great at the wheel. I'm going to just hire him to do any kind of wheel raffle that we do from now on. He's great.
Thank you to Michael Xavier. Thank you to Eric Miller. Thank you to Eddie Salvatore. Thank you to everyone that's donated additional prizes. One will not have additional prizes as of right now. We believe that this is a prize all of itself. And to have this is to have something that no one else will have. I mean, it's
plenty draw with this. Yeah,
it's not nearly the draw, obviously, of this, but I am going to add a framed shot of probably that fire shot. I think I just like. Nice. I think that's going to look really good in a frame. Okay. So you'll get that with the figure.
Well,
if you win the figure.
I thank you for that.
Added bonus.
I thank you for that. That's awesome, and that makes it even that much more one of a kind. Yeah. So we're going to draw this on the 30th. We're going to wrap up the year. Doing what we've been doing, just trying to, Cabal above all.
That's so cool.
We do have some future that we're going to do early on. We've got Matt O'Toole doing one to kick off the new year, and we've got Zombie 13 working on one as well, which is a great community piece. I've kind of had a hand in kind of chatting with Eric on those, getting that together. So hoping to. Just try to, do what we can to keep the family going and get them on their feet. And then they'll be able to just kind of take on 22, with a little pep in their step from us.
Yeah. And Mackenzie just joined the Cabal too. So it was good to see her on there and she can see the love that everyone had for Justonn.
So are most of the things that you're thinking about doing going to be custom pieces that people can pick up and buy, and then the proceeds would go to Mackenzie and the family, or is
we're gonna
one of a kind painted?
We're gonna continue the trend of the raffle style. So we will we have a lot of people that have been wanting to donate, additional figures. So we'll probably continue doing the battle roll style wheel if as long as Colin's still able to keep rocking and rolling with that and get them done. I think everyone seems to enjoy it. They're fun to just kind of sit and watch. And Trevor, I watched yours the other week with the Krampus figure. I mean, I made it to 4th place, and I'm gonna win me a Krampus, and then I lost and quickly then logged out.
Yeah, it only took me 3 times to get it, and it didn't look nearly as good as Colin's. But he's got a way with just keeping that rolling and making it fun. So that's good. He's the guy for that, for sure. That's cool. That's great. I think this is going to be crazy, man. I mean, I think Eric's blew my mind. You know what I mean? And I think that if it keeps going, if it just kept going another few days, it would be even more incredible. But even as it is, that's the amount of money that they're going to raise for Justonn's family is incredible. And but this is a Four Horsemen original. This is a kind of a quote unquote official Four Horsemen custom figure that you're never going to, you can't get. You know what I mean? It's not going to happen until you can get the production version of it. So I think this is just going to be nuts.
Now, I was going to say at some point, there's there's always the possibility that it becomes a figure release. There's
oh
no
yeah, I
sense
think that's
in
the
making
idea,
something
right?
like this without the potential for it to online. And then at that point, then it'll be nice for us to all have a little part of Justonn in all of our homes.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure. It's going to be really nice.
I mean, I know there's a lot of people that did know him and talked to him and connected with him. I'm one of the ones that I regret that I never did. But through all the love that's been shared, I feel like I've kind of got to know him and kind of appreciate him. Unfortunately, after the fact, but like you said, I think it's awesome to keep those memories and that legacy alive.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Apparently, Walter's seen the Manitou Dwarf, so that's very cool. Over 2K in the first 2
I've seen
wheels.
it as well, and
it's awesome.
I will say the Manitou one definitely will mess with people's heads. Seeing what he put together, it's just it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Cool. And Matt and Justin were very friendly. I believe Justin owned a lot of O'Toole original casted heads before they went to the 3D printing realm.
Oh wow. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be plenty of opportunities to add some incredible dwarves to your collections, and do a great thing.
In his honor, I say, it's so cool.
Enter every one of them. As much as you can handle. I know it's the holidays and everything, but it's $5 here, $10 there.
Yeah. Season of giving, people.
One of these things. That's the thing. Yeah, for sure. I mean,
exactly.
I know. There's a lot of tough times for a lot of people, but this is somebody we know, and I feel like even though I didn't know him or his family, like I kind of gotten even Mackenzie just showing up on the chat in a couple of places or on some of the posts. It's like you look at pictures of people and you start to feel a connection with people and like think about like what they have to be going through. So think about that when you got a lot of stuff and you're doing well.
The little girl, the little kids.
You are, it's good to spread that love and think about somebody else. So
for sure,
definitely as often as you can, as much as you can. Even if you have no interest in dwarves, which who doesn't? I mean, come on.
Pablo is asking, can someone post the link to the raffle for the figure in the chat? Is this something we can maybe do in the underneath? We can direct people.
Not this yet, but yeah, the one for Erica. We'll see what I can do here. Hang on a second. Can you see if you can find that, Nate?
But Pablo, see if make sure you're on the Cabal, and it'll be hard to miss. I'm sure Walter will pin it up at the top.
It's gotta be already pinned.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Pablo.
Yeah, the easiest thing to do would be to just join up with the Cabal. I mean,
for sure. Join up with the Cabal, or like I said, DM somebody on here, Walter or somebody.
We'll shoot you a link or something through Insta or something. We'll make sure it happens.
All right, let's talk about this thing.
Yes.
I mean, talk about like you're all over the place, man. Right? And it floats. I saw the video. It actually floats.
It's amazing.
That's crazy.
It floats. Yeah,
that reminds me. I got to get a lantern from you still.
So that now sits in the home of one. Oh yes, I have to get them sent out your way. So that now sits in the home of Mr. Patrick Boyle.
Oh yeah,
I gave that to him at Legends Con, but yeah, that was Patrick is my Mythic Legions ride or die. We met at Legends Con 1. He chimed in the group that he needed a ride. I looked and saw where he was at. I saw it was on my way. I picked him up the night before. I get ready to go to bed. My loving wife looks over at me and says, "How do you know this guy's not an axe murderer?" And I said, "Well, I at least got to get to the show and back. If he kills me, I'll deal with it afterwards." All these years later, we chat every day, and and I love him to death. But yeah, he's been a great friend. He's always taken care of me, and this was an opportunity to give back to him. But yeah, it floats.
Nice.
I tried to make it a remote control submersible device to be able to control it from like sitting on my pool, but it just got too heavy, and I wasn't going to spend like $80 on a remote control submersible device just to make my boat float around. That being said, stay tuned for 2.0 of my boat. I'm
Nice.
thinking bigger, taller, bigger, wider. We'll see what happens.
Exciting.
So
You need a kit.
is the main part of this wood? Or what is this
It's all
made
foam.
of? You're kidding.
It's foam. It's
Wow.
just
It's made of witches.
again, in my world of property management, one of my tenants is a half-price hot tub place, and they have just foam that they use, I guess, for insulation for the hot tubs just laying around. And I thought, well, you know what? This is pretty light, pretty cool, got a lot of water resistance to it. So I just started cutting and figuring out what would work. The skull head, the dragon skull head is 3D printed. The lantern's 3D printed. The anchors 3D printed. All the shield holders on the side are 3D printed. There's 4 corners where you could drop a shield in. The oars are chopsticks with 3D printed paddles. The parrot is some toy just found in the bottom of one of my kids' toy bins. The ropes and the mast are all magnetic, so I'm able to transfer it back and forth. And the lantern lights up. I ran a LED light down through it and into the lantern as well.
That's
Nice.
awesome. Great
That's
touch.
amazing.
That's awesome. So cool, man. Love this.
Your good friend Curtis says, I know an orc party that would have a lot of fun beating up dwarves and stealing that boat.
He must not be that good of a friend.
So now,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
talk about this. So
There's
this is-
The headless
Go
dwarf.
so is this your work or is this Strupp?
So I actually talked to
I didn't
Sean
know you had him
Strupp,
on screen.
and I said, hey, I need a tunic for a dwarf. And he says, sure, no problem. I give him an idea what I wanted to do, and he throws that my way. But then the chainmail that you see at the top of the neck actually is
I wanted to ask you about that.
You use like a
Yeah,
chainmail.
that's
Yes,
nuts.
yeah, there it is. So you use it, you use a chainmail like rag to clean the cast iron skillet. I found one with small enough diameter rings and just sat
Crazy.
there and painstakingly for about an hour with a pair of wire cutters and cut it out to shape. Ran garden wire through the sides to tie it all together. And the leather belt I did. The buckles I found online. It's just that's a whole mix of things. So yeah, he's
amazing.
He's had a few evolutions and parts and pieces. That soft goods coat little thing, I just kind of threw that together. I think the main base of that is just the Cassia soft good, the cape that she comes with.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just try to I like to take a custom and incorporate as much as I possibly can to soft goods, 3D parts, stock pieces, and a little paint here and there. But that was just an early on piece, and it's changed a lot since then. I added.
This is totally your style. I was gonna say, like, this is it. Like, this is recognizable. It's like Mythic Legions or something. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the soft goods, man. It's crazy.
It's brilliant. Everything to it.
The layers.
Who wouldn't want to figure that you can clean a skillet with too?
Right. Exactly. It's got household uses as well.
That's awesome.
But I mean, just to put that much detail into the chainmail, you know what I mean, that you're going to then cover up with, mostly with something else is great. I love it.
Yeah, a lot of layers.
I have
which
so
makes
many
it so
junk.
good.
I have so many junk thing drawers. It's ridiculous of just miscellaneous stuff like those. Like that quiver, not the quiver is a horseman piece, but the soft goods, that was 12-inch GI Joe stuff that I just chopped up and
This
turned
was
it
here?
into a piece to be able to slide the quiver into the back of it. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's
I mean, to have the eye to
I have 'em
recognize
on.
that is just awesome. It's just
And
fantastic.
did you tie this up too? This is actual like little pieces of rope or
Well,
string or something?
So yeah, so that's just some twine and some leather pieces that I just a little more design to it, just kind of make it more than just leather stuff.
Hmm.
Try to add
You've
more
got a lot of
Fun
stuff
when
that
you-
looks
along the way.
like you've sewn it and you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
It's
But when you kind of train your brain to think in 1/12 scale, and
Right.
you're out shopping and you see that, like, stuff like that, like,
Yep.
God, that looks like the scale, or the
And
twine,
what's
even just stuff like that.
Now,
what's going on with
those
the
pants
pantaloons here?
so those pants are funny. When we were in a dwarf shortage before we got the Hellfire Goblins and I needed parts, that's a Masters of a Universe, the origin parts that I just put brown felt to it, just kind of work out something. And I had trimmed the legs to try to get the right height to make it all
Wow.
work. And for a while there, I was going to do my thing, and then suddenly, Arethyr shows up and the Hellfire Goblin parts show up, and then I start swapping out parts and pieces, and then I acquire parts to a Thord, or not Thord, I'm sorry, a Torgan. I'm like, all right, let's just keep, go back, because I would say 70% of my customs incorporate some part of a Torgan along the way, torso or the bare arms or the legs or whatever. It's just I grabbed so many of them. I think at one point I must have had like 12 of them, and I only have
Wow.
one that's still left as is. The rest of them have all been chopped up and spread throughout a whole bunch of pieces. Kind of like Justonn with the Valgard. I've done a lot of that with the Torgan.
Yeah.
Great
Something
figure.
about a
do that with it.
muscle-bound dwarf. I don't know. It just catches my fancy.
Yeah, he had some great parts, man. Definitely some
Mhm.
great parts. I've got a head that I'm going to try and customize some way, kind of the way you did. Talk about this.
I actually
Look at this
was
thing.
just messing around with with Torgan
Yeah.
and Bromden today
Look at
because I
you,
was in a
Bill.
dwarf mood. So yeah. So
Oh,
there's
nice.
those muscular
That's
arms.
perfect.
Oh, see, I like that.
So cool.
The black,
God,
that's
that looks
cool.
great.
And I look at that, and I think at one point when Torgan and Bromden were still buddies, that
Yeah.
seems like something that you could retcon that in
Hmm.
before the split.
Right.
Right,
That's
right.
like the official armor of the kingdom
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Anthony, when you see like the Paxos wave and stuff, do you instantly start taking pieces and parts apart in your head and thinking, "Ooh, that's going to be good for that"?
I
It's
actually
gonna be-
look at so my a lot of people say everything goes good, that'll go with Legions. My first instinct is to look at Legions and go, well, that'll look great on a dwarf. I want a Poxus just for his torso, just to give myself that armor for. I'm going to buy a Poxus just because I want the best.
Yeah.
The rest of it we'll figure out. We'll come up with something later down the line. But yeah, I Poxus and Alithia, I'm just going, oh my god, such great dwarf parts. So like now I'm like running around trying to buy as many Hellfire Goblins so I can keep the legs and all that stuff in between.
Mhm.
And then the problem with the Hellfire Goblin is that there's no neck peg. So
Mhm.
to go back to what you're saying earlier, Trevor, about the guidelines and stuff with what's
Yeah.
allowed and what's not allowed. Actually, at Legions Con, I had talked to CB,
Cornboy.
and he had taken.
Yeah, I
the
happened to
neck
be
peg
right
for
with you
himself
when you were doing
for
that.
Eric. Yeah, and they wanted to make sure it was good. So now I created a neck peg that, hey, you got a Hellfire Goblin, we want to make a dwarf. Well, one of the big things that we're missing is a neck peg. So we fix that. We make that happen. So until we get, we get head waves, until we start getting neck peg waves, we just kind of have to make do with what we got. So yeah, I was pretty happy with that. I just wanted to make close as I could, but not make it identical. It's a snug fit, and you can slap on a bunch of. I think I got one around here somewhere. Let's see. Is this one in here? Yep, there we go. Just 3D printed.
Biggin.
Perfect.
That's great.
Oh yeah.
Nothing
Nice.
nothing too crazy, and then boom.
Yeah.
So you're going
That's
to
great.
start
Very cool.
offering those on your own or through Legion Shop, or what do you imagine here?
To be determined still. I'm still trying to
Okay.
figure out how I want to do some of that stuff.
Mhm.
I love doing what I do through Legion Shop. It makes my life a lot easier.
Yeah.
I say, hey Jeremy, I got this thing. Can we sell it? Sure. Let's figure out a price. Let's figure out how many. I'm done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't have a website, so any interactions I do, I kind of do it through messaging. So I kind of have that used car salesman kind of thing where I'm trying real hard to sell it, and doing it through Legion Shop just set it and forget it. Ship them up to Rhode Island, Maine, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. Jeremy
What's it going
does
to
all the
take to
work.
get you
He
into a
sells
dwarf
it.
neck today? You want the undercoating with that dwarf? Somebody had a question here that I wanted to know the answer from you. How many Krotos did you order?
I don't want to talk about it because I think my wife's watching the show.
Hello, Mrs. Toy Forge.
Ask him later. You do have a Facebook page though, right? You do have a Toy Forge Facebook page.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah, you can hit me up over on the Facebook page or shoot me a message through Instagram or Facebook or whatever. I'm social. We'll chat. We'll see what I can do.
Oh, he's
if I can
social.
make something that'll come it'll work out for you, we can make it happen.
For sure. For sure.
You're social and you give great hugs, Anthony, and we adore that about you.
I hear that about my hugs, that they are pretty awesome.
So you can find Anthony's work then on Legion Shop, or if you want the used car salesman deal, you can just DM him and they'll give you that. All right, that's awesome, man. I want to see if I had. Oh, I do want to talk about this though, real quick. This thing is cool.
Barney.
Mhm.
So not Mythic Legions, but this is that Joker, that sort of He-Man, Joker, Batman line that came out a while ago, right?
Yes, that was and that was just so cool just by itself that I just really wanted to, I don't know, bring out some details on it. So I just kind of did a few washes on it, played with the eyes a little bit, altered the saddle. I think the horn piece I took from, oh God, I don't even remember now. It was some line, some toy line that was out that was multifaceted. It had trading cards, it had figures, and it was an app that you could interact and play. But I was just buying the parts at like Ollie's and just ripping them. I think that's just the head and the horns off of something that I just slapped
Gotcha.
on there.
Well, that's right. He was purple to begin with, right?
Finally, I
Okay.
painted his belly a nice bright green though.
Oh, okay.
Just to really emphasize the Barney to him. He finally left my collection at this past Legions Con. I've had him for a few years, and someone came through and needed him in their life, and I was happy to send him on his way.
There you go. That's very cool. I'm going to jump over to your IG real quick. We could take a look at. Oh, am I? Wait a minute. I don't know why.
I will admit that I don't do as much on IG as I probably should, and it's something I'm hoping to correct in 22. I try to put something out there at least once a week, but it's nowhere near as creative as some of the other guys.
But you do have some stuff up here, right? That we can take a look at some of the stuff you've created.
I try to put stuff out there.
Just showing your work is, creative enough. Stuff you've put together is fantastic.
This is weird. I don't know. This is different in. All right. How's that look? Strange, but I'll deal with it.
Works.
There you go. That's great. Love these.
Oh yeah.
The head's mounted.
There's my tavern, my little tavern. Yeah,
I love the posters.
The wanted posters. They're great. They're done by Heavenly Hammer on Instagram. I think it's Brian Peacock in Facebook groups.
Okay.
He has a whole series of them, and you can't not have that. That's a blast.
Those are fun.
So great. So great. I just want to get to some of the stuff that you are making here. This is some of your stuff, right? There's your hammer and
there's
anvil.
a perfect.
Yeah.
There, all those items are available at Legion Shop.
Yeah,
There you go.
I have that.
So
anvil.
there's the forged sword. The anvil and the tools. The 3 heads on top were all designed by Travis Cannon.
This is great.
They were a lot of
Love
fun
that.
to try to come together and go back and forth and create input and make that life. I think that dwarf head actually is one of the Emil Wickman ones printed by Noble Bear.
I like Trevor here. Yeah, that looks like Trevor from Shanxi.
Yeah, Mel. He's got his stuff everywhere, doesn't he?
This is this anvil and the stump is great, man. I got this.
Yeah.
I've got to paint this thing. It's fantastic.
It's a great piece.
Yeah. Now, did you do
So,
this?
Actually, if you look at the forged sword itself, I literally took that and shrunk it down to be the hilt itself.
You shrunk it down to be the hilt.
Where the brass is on the hilt. It's that anvil on that piece of wood.
Oh,
down
I
to
see what
fit.
you're saying. Oh, yeah. So this is actually
my
right here
God.
is the top of the anvil.
Yeah.
That's great.
Wow, what a great touch.
So thus
the brown
the forged
underneath
sword.
is the wood part.
That's so
Nice.
cool. Huh.
That's great. That's great. I love that. So cool.
It's like an Easter egg.
Now the Northeast Legionnaires. That's our local group of guys. If you happen to be somewhere in the Northeast, shoot us a request. If you meet the state requirements that we're looking for, sometimes it changes.
Not you,
from
Nate.
day to day.
Sorry.
How many you got? How
Yeah,
many
you
members
Michigan
you got,
guys.
Anthony?
You Michigan
Or you
guys,
could
you
just-
have your own little world going on.
You could just buy
How,
a second.
how many
row
members in
of
the
jerseys
Northeast
if you want.
Legionnaires?
We're 100 or so strong.
Really?
It
Wow.
seems to grow the more and
Dang.
more we have, local events and stuff like that. It seems to be a fun time.
That's awesome.
The original plan was after ZoloCon of 2020, we all stood outside in front of the taco place where we had lunch the other month, Trevor.
Oh yeah.
Trying to figure out which of us. We were trying to establish what of the 3 states were tri-state, and since we were all so far apart, we couldn't figure out. So originally, we called ourselves the Tri-State Legionnaires, and then we just kind of realized we should just give up on that and just call ourselves the Northeast Legion, and and trying to do some more get-togethers. I've been talking with Joe and we're looking to do something next month, a get-together.
Oh, cool.
It'll be Legions. It'll just be a good time for us to just kind of break bread and hang out. Maybe bring a significant other or bring a kid and just kind of hang out and just enjoy our time together, because this community has evolved more into just guys just with a similar love of plastic crack. We've all become kind of a weird, crazy family that we look forward to seeing each other when we have these events.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
That's excellent.
I got to do everything I can going for us in these.
For sure. Well, we're approaching the hour, which is usually our witching hour. So I'm gonna thank you for coming on. I really appreciate you coming on here. It's been a blast, and
Thank
you for all
a
you
pleasure
do
to meet you
for
in
the
person,
community.
Anthony.
yeah, it was great to hang out with you. Yeah, Legions and Legions before that, and then Legions next year, Legions Con. It's gonna be great. Everything you do for the community is great, fantastic. I know you're involved with a lot of people in various capacities and stuff. So
bravo, super appreciated.
super good guy.
Thank you, guys.
Go check out the Toy Forge. Look for his stuff on Legion Shop, and let's take. I'm going to take a quick look. How are we going to do this giveaway? You want to show everybody what we're giving away here, Nate?
I will. Yep.
We mentioned this at the top, I think. But,
Walter the Mad. We have a signed. I guess I could take it out of its protective cover here. A signed Mythic Legions comic by all the names you'd want signed, including Walter the Mad on the back here.
Of course, on the back.
Yep. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we want to give this away to a.
I'm gonna ask Anthony if you go into the private chat. I have a question.
Yeah, let me.
I'm gonna ask you that,
Bear
and
with me
then
there.
you're gonna give me the answer, and I think that's gonna be the question that I'm gonna ask to see who wins this.
Okay, cool. Stand by, people. Well, I'll say hi to some people I haven't said hi to. JD Gibson. Let's see who else we got here. Mindless Focus.
Okay.
You got the question?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Sarah.
Here we
Well, I
go.
got the answer.
I'm gonna ask you a question, and I'm gonna say go. All right, and the first person to answer this correctly is gonna get this comic. All right. All right,
Yeah,
so
Walter, you're not
answer.
eligible to
I'm
win.
not eligible, right?
No, you're not. No, it's inside information. All right. Not until I say go. Don't answer the question.
All right. We'll be looking.
First
You got.
dwarf. You ready?
Yeah, you got to be looking for the answer because you know the answer. So you be looking for.
Well, I'm
it.
going to say go. I know it. I got it.
Okay.
What was the first dwarf figure that Anthony got? And go. Who's typing in? Oh, damn. Right off the top.
Mindless Focus.
Mindless Focus.
Both
Paying attention. Oh, man. All right,
some
good.
quick
All right, we got
answers
some
in
different
there,
answers, so that's good. You were paying attention to Mindless Focus. So Mindless Focus,
Congrats.
you are going to win the comic book. Congratulations. A bunch of people had it.
Congratulations.
Not too many people had it right. Cullen was paying attention.
I mean, there's only a
Mindless
few
Focus. You got it,
choices.
man.
Congrats.
Yeah, I mean, it was early on. I know you were early game, but you still had to pay attention. Only a couple people had
Yeah.
it, so good. That was a good one. Very, very good. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Mindless Focus. Just if are you on Instagram or this is always the
Yeah, let
problem.
us know. I got to get your info, Mindless Focus, so I can send this to you. So let me know how we can get that. Either through the Cabal, you can hit me up, Instagram at Corona4, and I'll mail it out to you.
Yep. Just let us
And
know at some point in the comments where you can get a hold of us.
Yeah.
All
And
right.
I'm the only one on screen right now, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
There you go. You were holding the comic book. You're Vanna Whiting it.
Great.
All right. I'm going to show a couple of quick. You know what? I think we'll hold off on the photos. We'll do some photos next week. There's some good stuff out there, but it's almost 11 o'clock. So and Anthony's already had 2 cups of coffee, so I can't ask him to take a third.
You're going to be up till 3.
Stay with us.
No.
But do go check out
4:30. Gets up too early.
Yeah.
Myth and Fantasy Toy Picks hashtag and Legions Lounge hashtag if you
Yeah,
want to
they've
use
been
that.
adding that the last couple times. So
Cool.
thanks
Cool,
to
cool.
Cabal for doing that.
Definitely. Yeah, and if you're taking pictures and you're on IG, tag those and we'll show them on the show. But it's getting a little late, so I'm gonna call it. And congratulations again to Mindless. He said you'll contact you. Anthony, again, thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate it. Always a pleasure to talk
Thank
to
you,
you.
Anthony.
Thank you, guys.
Bill, as
Bill and
always.
Nate.
Can't wait to do this
Great
again.
chatting, guys. Great to see
Great
you.
having you.
Thanks. Go
with
check
us.
out the Door Clear. Again, Corona 4. Hit the like before you leave, or after you leave. Well, not after you leave, but after we're done. And remember to subscribe and hit the bell. Hit the bell. It'll tell you when we're going to be on because we're all over the place. So generally it's every other Monday, but I think we've done 3 in a row here now. So just the news keeps coming from Four Horsemen. So
It's
Right.
recently.
Yeah, my
And-
wife said, "You're doing another one of those?" Yeah.
And look for, if you're on the Cabal, look for we'll start a poll for the top 5, everybody's top 5, and we'll get that together for a future show. All right,
Cool.
guys.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks a lot. Take
Good
care.
night.
Cabal,
Have a great week, everyone.
Have a great night.
See you guys.
Yep. See you guys.
Bye.